All right. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another Monday night. This is our live stream, our stay-at-home open mic presented by the Barbed Open Mic series here in El Paso, Texas. My name is Richie David Marrufo, and I'd like to say we're live and alive in the 915. Happy Monday. Last week was a very, very busy week. We had something going on every single night, and it always starts with these online shows on Mondays. So thank you guys for being a part of that. We have another great list of performers signed up, but do not fret. There's still plenty of time to sign up. So if you are here, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let us know you're here and say hello in the chat. We got the live chat thing going on, and if you do participate, I'll give you guys shout outs throughout the night, interact with you guys. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all those things. And the reason why we tell you to do that or ask you to do that is because it gets, when you interact with the video, it gets pushed out to more people. Anyway, like I said, my name is Richie, your host. We're based out of El Paso, and we do have, as always, more events going on this week. April is Poetry Month, so it's typically our busiest month of the year. Last week was really fun. We had like 3 events on a Thursday, back to back to back, starting with poetry at the MAC with our friend Alessandra Narvaez Varela. Then we had our poetry reading at the library, the main branch. A lot of people showed up for that one. Then for all the night owls out there, we had a jazz and poetry night just down the street at International Bar. Lots going on. On Friday, we got to work with middle school and high school kids at the fall staff, do some writing, and they loved reading. At first they were shy, and then we did once we kind of got to the list, more of them kept wanting to read, and then more of them were like, you know what, actually I will share this piece. And that was a whole lot of fun. Saturday, as always, there's Tumble Words, got to lead that. Now, what's going on this week? Well, tomorrow, as always, Tuesday night, we are in downtown El Paso on San Antonio Street, and we're going to be at Rosewood. Actually, we might be at Brunette because I'm just realizing I saw a flyer for a show. So we might be down in the basement. Brunette, come through. That is going to be hosted by Camila, regular on Tuesday nights. She usually shows up at Writers Night as well. She'll be filling in this Tuesday and taking a shot. First time host. This seems to be a theme for the night because Wednesday we also have a first-time host in our very own Lee Martinez Soto, who you know here from the online mic and online spaces as well. Lee will be hosting Writers Night at Proof and Press. We open doors at 7, and then we start with a writing workshop, do a little bit of generative writing, but more so kind of respond to one another's pieces, give commentary, feedback, which culminates into a writer's open mic after 9 p.m. Hopefully you guys can join us for that. Thursday, we don't have any BWOMS events, but I am going to be emceeing a special event at my campus, the campus that I teach at, Rio Grande campus. It's downtown El Paso. We are going to be working with Chrysalis and having an event celebrating the winners of this year's Hector Padilla contest in poetry. And a few of our regulars will have won, our winners of prizes, so we're going to get to see their work. Hopefully you guys can come out and celebrate that. I know that includes Taco Bell Chris Aziz, who has been a regular both online and in person. Of course, also to Sil, who you can usually catch at Writers Night as well. So yeah, what I'm saying, there's a lot of opportunities, spaces, places, faces, a part of this scene. Yeah, of course, shout out to anyone here tuning in. You guys are our audience. The online shows are unique in that when we typically have an in-person show, we can see the crowd. We can see people like nodding along when we say a line, or people clap, people cheer. But online, we don't know. So we have the live chat. We have the comment section. So if you guys hear anything you like, if anything strikes you a certain way, leave a flame emoji. Let us know in the chat. If there's a line that strikes you particularly well, it's always you rewrite it. So it's nice to have you guys here. So last I'll say is this Poetry Month, we're also doing a 30 for 30 showcase. Not a challenge, just a showcase. So if you guys are writing, it's a daily thing. Shout out to Lee, by the way, for kind of curating that and editing, because I was already burnt out. And they stepped in graciously to help with that. We have prompts each day, sometimes 2 prompts a day, and everybody who's submitting their pieces, we're publishing. So if you guys want to be part of that, it's never too late to join. If you do it one day, that's fine. And I know Robin was saying earlier when we were talking about this, if you can get like 2 or 3 pieces out of this, or it was Mike and Robin, like if you can get 2 or 3 pieces out of a whole Poetry Month thing that you are comfortable with, that you like, that you want to send out, then that's pretty great. So with that said, happy to be here, guys. We have Another great list, like I said, and we're gonna kick things off with someone who we met for the very first time last week in person. They went to the Mac and then they came and read poetry with us at the library. So we're happy to welcome to the online space now, joining us from Tucson, Arizona. We have BP, the Preacher Man. So, Brad, when you are ready, I'm gonna get you on the stage. Welcome, and go ahead and take it away when you are ready. Hello. Hey, oh, there you are.
I dropped my phone right before you said that. So now
Great timing.
now I'm
That's fair.
trying to pull myself up here. All right, here we go. All right.
Okay,
All
there you go.
right,
Let
thank
me
you so
get you on the
much.
spotlight.
Pleasure to be with you guys tonight. Thanks for letting me bump up it for those who missed it. Today's my wife's 50th birthday. So I'm trying to get in and share a couple pieces with you, and then I'll definitely be back on another Monday as well. Seemed like a great group to be with. I just want to share a couple pieces with you. This one, I've been doing poetry for, I don't know, 30 years, and kind of took a break for a while. And then last year, about this time, I started writing again, and I started going to open mics and realizing that, man, I'm kind of out of the loop, and I needed some inspiration. So I went to an open mic. Actually, I went to a slam poetry event, and then the next day I went home and wrote this piece. So I hope you like it. It's called Teachable. The difference between being foolish and being wise is being teachable. In this day and age, people isolate themselves from the very ones who can help them. Instead of being teachable, they become unreachable. Someone who believes they know everything. But get this, they don't. They should position themselves to gain understanding and pursue new growth, but they won't. One who is wise sees themselves not as wise, but rather a good listener. They know the difference between their success and their demise is being a whisperer. Instead of shouting from the rooftop everything they know, they put themselves under someone who can teach them new perspectives so they can grow. You see, the difference between wisdom and foolishness comes down to position. A wise ruler doesn't rule with a heavy hand, lording it over and demanding people's submission. He understands that when uh, others succeed, they become loyal and follow with respect and pride. A foolish leader, however, has people who fear him. They do what they're told to his face and then curse him on the side. Question is, are you foolish, full of pride, and unreachable? Or are you humble, seeking to be wise and making yourself teachable?
Oh man, that was fantastic. Wow.
Okay, sweet. You said, yeah, wait, I thought you were gonna do,
I'll do another one for you.
yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
another one. If you're anything like me, you have a shady past. There are things that you keep hidden and you hope nobody asks. But no matter how much you try and avoid it, your past always finds a way, if it always seems to find its way back. And it seems like at the most inconvenient time, it pops its head out and says, I'm back. Well, here's a catchy poem I wrote to help you with that. And I hope it helps you to get past your past. Leave your behind you. If you're constantly looking back, then your behind will blind you. Your behind is always there to remind you. Your behind always wants to define you. It wants to hold you back and bind you. It wants to cover you with shade so the sun can't shine through. Don't let your behind find you. If it can't find you, it can't remind you. If it can't remind you, it can't bind you. If it can't bind you, it can't blind you. Your behind certainly doesn't define you. So let me be the first to remind you to leave your lying behind you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. And do you want to really quick, for all the new people seeing you for the first time, how can they follow and support your work online?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at BP the Preacher Man. That's BP underscore the underscore Preacher Man. And real quickly, you can find posted on my page a video that I made recently. It's near and dear to my heart. My nephew committed suicide a couple years ago. In the grieving process, I wrote a poem, a piece, and a three-part piece with different characters. And I went to Indianapolis with some friends and shot it into a video. So it's called The Power to Choose. So if you're able to check it out, send it to someone who you think might need it. I welcome you to do that. And thank you guys so much for letting me join you. So,
Awesome. Thank you, Brad. Go check him out, BP, the Preacher Man, online there, and check out that video. Thanks for using your words in such a powerful way. I know that I saw you on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday at the Mac and at the library. I had to leave early to go set up for another show, but yeah, I saw all the pictures. Looked fun. All right. Yeah, and also shout out to the whole community for being like, yeah, Brad's got to go. Let him go first. Let him go first. That's what's up, you know. And like I said, we've been doing this every single Monday since April of 2020, and it's nice to still have people join us for the first time and hopefully not the last time. So we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna go from Tucson, Arizona to Denver, Colorado for our next performer. Usually opens up the show. He's our very own lighthouse. He's always plugging the Poet's Lighthouse. He's poet Michael Sindler. All right, Mike, when you are ready, go ahead and take it away.
Okay. Oh man, that was great. I hope he comes back again, but obviously the wife is the important thing right now. But yeah, I am putting out the word for lighthousewriters.org, and I'm especially kind of putting it out right now because it's not until June when Lit Fest starts, which is the big thing of the year. But it's already the calendar is out, so classes are filling up. So yeah, if somebody does want to do it, and there's some really, really great writers who are doing classes this year. Okay, that being said, I'm just babbling today. I really thought that thing that he just did was great. I was surprised by just how good it was. Um, I not that I don't think he would be good, but okay. But yeah, I just thought it was really good. This is from a couple days ago. I mentioned him to some of y'all before, John McMullen, who was a really great journalist and um, poet and really nice guy. So I just wrote this little thing for him. Great writer, great human, great humanist. He will be missed. Um, yeah, I just if y'all check him out, he was really good. Okay. Also that day I wrote this one. Senile racist wants oil and nuclear bombs and monuments to an imaginary act of aplomb. War is peace, peace is war, market futures and real estate pass for diplomacy. Fiddle echoes down gutted ghosts of walls. If only his daddy showed him a bit of love, we could sleep with only one eye open. I have no idea what that's about. And this one is from yesterday, I guess. I've got nothing against Happy, but all of my favorite songs are sad, as are films I hold closest to heart. Compassion flows from knowledge when it does not bloom alone. To feel the salted wounds of life, to taste true despair and survive. Spinning wax and celluloid gurus hold signs that point to empathy. Glimmers of the transcendental, crumbs left lead mind heart farther. Magnetic push pull towards essence is projected, so ingested. praising purity not of tribe, but all humanity, one heart's beat in time with choir, one hand's clap in midnight snow, one last smile from Giulietta Messina. And I had one other one that I was going to do here. This was in a workshop where we whipped out a what do you call it? With all the letters. I should know this. I'll just read it. Okay, you'll get that. It's called Seen It Coming. Anyone could have seen it coming, should have seen, so bloody obvious, not a spot changing leopard, carnivorous paws and jaws, clanks and claws, steals death's own collection of tasty treats, meets quarterly expectations on the chaos front, money and pestilence for those with cures. Crowds crawl over each diseased groundling, accidental actors on minimum wage, healthcare not a prayer, streets lined with foul fruit, isolated, incarcerated, over-medicated, under-medicated, just hanging on to thin cord of hope, still believing in the kindness of the species as a part of the forever spirit. Love is all we dream of when awakening shakes souls. Memories focus back to what is left of real is growth, new impressions over and under the departing star reel. Only if we give our hearts away to darkness will we fail. Peace is a fragile vessel, broken, glued back together. Quick hands find pieces before they fall into mystery. Restorative power grows as receptacle solidifies. Sour may be tart with attitude apart from goal. Total exertion expanded by degrees of hospitality. Unbearable stripping of rights, commission of wrongs, vertical movement crumbling. Each side vies for win. Can madness force delicate hearts to bear xenophobic plan of worst human? If so, for how long? Year, century, or only hours? Will it destroy, or will our zeal for truth and love succeed? We must not give in. And that's an abecedarian was the word I was going for. Oh, yeah, that's the formal point. So thank y'all.
All right, awesome. Thank you, man. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
please.
just wanted, I'm putting it uh in the thing. It's just ipublishyou.com, spelled weird, and 9:30 on Friday nights. I do a open mic. It's very loose and we have discussions and stuff.
I publish you. Very cool. I like that. Hey, you got some stuff to promote. I love it. I love it. Well, I mean, it's always the Poets Lighthouse too, of course. But yeah, Michael Sindler, everyone. Thanks for that. And if you guys are tuning in, maybe you're learning new words like abecedarian. That's a type of acrostic where every line starts with the alphabet going down A, B, C, D, E. Those are always just kind of fun. I think, especially like if you have writer's block, you're just trying to get something going. It helps, right? It's getting a little momentum in the writing. We're gonna keep this thing going. Our next performer, also joining us from El Paso, we have Ed Gonzalez, a Jedi, who's also been participating quite frequently in our 30 for 30 showcase. Ed, when you are ready, the stage is yours. How are you doing today? Hey.
I'm doing great. Thanks. I just want to say, Brad, that dude rocks, man. That was some cool stuff. I hope he comes back. I also wanted to mention the BWOMS t-shirts. You can get them. I think you can get them on the link tree. If not, you could send Richie a message. I'm pretty sure he'll help you grab them. Happy Monday to everybody. Happy 420. And with that, I've got some 30-30, some tumble words. This past tumble words was orchestrated by the great Richie Marrufo. I also have something from the Luna Dream Journal and one cover from, of course, the professor. And I will go ahead and jump on this. This one is entitled, actually, I just wrote this for the 420. It's called 13 for 420. This was like one of my first times I ever 420, and I did add it to the 20 for 30. I remember pretty well. I just finished football season and began training for a half marathon and bicycle racing. And at the same time was being escorted from Catholic school along with most of my team members. I was distraught. I took the bus home, and when I got there, I was met by my friend, Paul, my next door neighbor, Paul. He said, "No more training today, Ed. Let's go down to," let's go down to the wine cellar, which was my bedroom. And he had a ice chest full of ice cold elephant malt liquor and some wicked Northern California indica. After that, I was sold. Happy 420, y'all. I don't really remember too much about that because, elephant malt liquor is some serious drink, and that indica from Northern California, I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain. This one is entitled Pulling Threads, and this was also from Richie's Tumblewords. My job as a whole, as Ed's ego, he crafted me into jumbo size to battle with early on issues with favored siblings. I am tremendous and huge. I was valued and listened to. And now Ed hears my input and does the exact opposite. Lucky for me, I'm huge and tremendous. And I'm not interested in gray. I will always be black and white. This is where Ed runs into trouble. Formerly impulsive, following the Aries handbook, now he thinks of other people's feelings and repercussions. Jeebus. How does he think that's better? All right. This one is something I heard I heard one of my friends playing some music next door. It reminded me of this one thing, and it's entitled News of the World. I recall sitting on my roof with my radio blaring and a large glass of red Kool-Aid. The DJ said, and this is from the new album, News of the World. And I had been waiting it since last year when Queen single Bohemian Rhapsody was released. They started playing it. We Will Rock You, followed by We Are the Champions. I was sold. I jumped up and then down the upstairs window and ran downstairs, turned and headed downstairs to my wet wine cellar bedroom to count my funds. While on the phone, I was for the record store in Highland Park, California. I was one bus ride away. I grabbed my skateboard on my bus, excited to retrieve the album, and placed it on my turntable in my room, and I was in audio heaven. All right. Yeah, I listen to Queen now, and it's like, it was so humongous back then. I mean, it's good stuff. But anyway, this one is from the Ed Luna Dream Journal. It's a chapter in my upcoming book. Hopefully I can get it rolling. But the Luna Files, these are dreams I had. This one's entitled James or Jimmy. I found myself working at a photo counter at the mall. Then walked up James Gandolfini. And I was showing him on the monitor his family photos, and he liked the way they looked. I suggested some cropping. He approved. And then he said, I'll be back later. And I would set them to print. I said, I'll have them printed in no time. I set the photos to print. And I went around the corner, down the hall. I ended up at my mom's house. And Terry was there making me a sandwich. And I took it and head back down the hall, back to my photo machine. I packed up all Jimmy's photos and in an envelope. And Terry told me to don't call him Jimmy, call him James, because he's famous. I laughed and told her, he said I could call him Jimmy. So I'm gonna call him Jimmy. She showed up on time, and I showed him on the screen. He was very pleased and walked off. I grabbed the envelope and followed him like the paparazzi. And I got down to the big double doors of the mall. He stopped. I handed him the photos and he thanked me again. And I said, yeah, see ya. And then I woke up glad to be back in my bed. I always have weird dreams like that. But anyway, I have one cover and I'm going to read it quickly. This one is, of course, written by one of my favorite cover people to read, the Professor Neil Peart from Rush. And this song is entitled Limelight. Living in a lighted stage approaches the unreal for those who think and feel, in touch with some reality beyond the gilded cage. Cast in an unlikely role, ill-equipped to act, with insufficient tact. One must put up barriers to keep oneself intact. Living in a fisheye lens, caught in the camera eye, I have no heart to lie. I can't pretend a stranger is a long-awaited friend. All the world is indeed a stage. We are merely players, performers and portrayers. Each other's audience outside the gilded cage. Living in the limelight, the universal dream for those who wish to seem. Those who wish to be must put aside alienation and get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying dream. Neil Peart, everybody. Wanted to end with, you can look at some of my stuff. I've been putting on some of the 30 for 30 Ed Gonzalez Jedi at Substack. And remember to make time for yourself every day, even if it's just a few centering breaths. Self-care. You are valued. Peace and love.
Perfect. Thank you, Ed. As always, love the set. Thanks for all the shout outs this time around, and yeah, for being in these spaces as well. Sometimes I feel when you do that sign off, it's just for me because I'm like, that's just what I needed to hear. And I need to be reminded every Monday. It's like, oh, self care, dang it. Honestly, I get so busy and it helps. It really does. It helps ground me. Very important, especially to start off the week. So once again, if you guys are just tuning in, hello, welcome to our online open mic. We do this every Monday. Get to join and perform in the comfort of your homes. Shout out to Nats. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, and again, if you are tuning in, just say hello in the chat. It's nice to know who's listening in. And if you want to share some of your own writing, there is a link to sign up in the description of the video, or if you just want to, just listen. We also welcome that. But we're going to go ahead and go from El Paso to approximately the Denver if you don't look close enough. That's what our next performer typed in their form when they signed up. But next up, we have David Latif. So, David, when you are ready, the stage is yours. Good to see you.
Thanks a bunch. I'm gonna read some new shit. I've been writing these poezines, as I call them. They're poems, they're zines. The hope is at the end of the month I've written some that I'm not gonna see the light of day because I feel like they're too mean. But I'm gonna read some of those poezines. So this first one is titled Doomerism. It's the newest shit because I wrote it just before this mic started. How do I write poetry about the rain or sunshine when I live in 2026, when the most talented among us are drowning in debt and buffoons and bastards destroy the world to add to their billions? How do I write about hope when tomorrow feels like it just won't happen? How do I write poetry about sunshine and rain when there's been a record drought and the only predictable thing is hotter summers? Every generation felt like they were the last one, but none of them had the practical means of seeing that belief through to the end. That power has been given to the stupidest and cruelest of our species. I am 1,500 miles away from any sort of influence, 1,500 miles away from the breaks, and I'm writing on a scrap of paper, hoping it'll matter. This next one is called Indicator Species. I am losing my habitat. The safe havens are dying. I left my home to be safe here, and now There's a concept in ecology called an indicator species. It's a species in an ecosystem that start dying off first when things go wrong, and I can't help but feel a sense of solidarity. People talk about how marginalized communities are resilient, but I've got a diagram of a plane to show you. Even when I thought I was a man, I never had the ability to man up. I just have people who saved me from dying. I'm the lucky plane, but I've taken enough statistics classes to know that I shouldn't be gambling like this. This next one is called Tired of Tech. I figured out what broke my first printed poezine and how it's going to break almost every poezine anyone else is going to print. It's Windows trying to simplify the printing process by misfitting the image to the page. Am I going to have to ask every single reader to download GIMP just to print these stupid things just because Microsoft doesn't know how to print properly? I'm tired of technology. I'm fed up with infuriating features that try to outsmart me by being incredibly dumb. I just want to share poems. I want zines to fold where they're supposed to fold. Should I steal a manual printing press and a box of movable type just to make things easy? How much effort do I need to put in to make things easy again? This next one is called Aftermath. It's about losing one of the queer bars here in Denver. The one good thing about knowing what's coming is you can brace for impact. I just didn't expect they'd accelerate. But now it's happened, and all that's left is to figure out what to do next. I was quick to believe, like I often am, that I could pick up the pieces and fix it all by hand. When anger and denial meet, you believe you can resurrect anything, but I don't have the parts or the tools or the knowledge, but I'm tired of hoping that someone else will save me. I'm tired of inaction and disappointment. I spent so much of my life waiting on some supposed savior, but I'm not going to let myself be abandoned again. This last one is called Skill Issue. It's about transphobia and Dark Souls. I am going to start responding to every transphobe the way Dark Souls players respond to everything. Get good. Because I honestly believe that transphobia is a skill issue. They, them is confusing and I don't get it. Singular they, them has been in English longer than the word you, and most of my friends don't have a problem. You're just bad at English. Get good. But I'm used to you using he and him. Yeah, and the boss changes its attack pattern in phase 2. Learn the new attack pattern. Get good. But you can't actually change your gender. Gender swap coffin. It's on the wiki. My friend's sister's boyfriend made a Dark Souls character based on me, went to the gender swap coffin, and never changed back. Dude knew before I did. Get good. I can't stop being trans, but you can pick up a book, make some trans friends, and stop being a dumbass. Get good. Thank you. You can follow my poetry on Substack at Poetic Universal Friends. You can find my book. Richie has the links for those. He will be posting those in the chat. Thank you so much for listening. Be kind to one another. Shit's hard. Like Ed said, take time for yourself, take time for each other. There's no way to get through this but together. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. You guys are getting like inspirational in your sign offs, and I love it. I'm here for it. I did post the links on the YouTube chat. So if you guys want to see more of David's work, you can check out Substack. You can purchase the book. All great. I did mention earlier that we do have our 30 for 30 Substack as well through BWOMS. If you're on there, follow us and kind of see what we have going on. Send us what you're working on. But once again, we're going to go and keep this thing going, and we're going to go from Denver area, approximately. Denver claims them. That's what we hear. We're gonna go to South Euclid, Ohio, where we have Doc Janning up next on the mic. So, Doc, when you are ready, go ahead and take it away. Hello.
Hello, hello. This I wrote just this afternoon. I'm not following anyone's prompts, and this has no title as yet. Traces of sunlight glow across the horizon of night as dark wraps around us, a warm hug. Stars begin to glow in a deep Mazarin sky. Moon rises in argent glory. Light limning landscape with silver creates Mangata across waters, and Nox, in all her silent savage beauty, mounts her diurnal throne. This is yesterday's poem. It's an Ars Poetica poem titled To Weave What Is Woven. I see words. I see words in ways others don't. I see them as thoughts. I see them as colors. I see them as shapes. I see them as voices. I see them as dreams. I see them as existence. I feel them in each letter which shapes them, in each sound they generate as they move through me, through my being, through my fingers, to the paper, to the keyboard, to the screen. I see them as they weave together a tapestry, a painting, a tableau, a phrase, a sentence, a stanza, a poem, a book. And in what is woven, there is life, there is beauty, there is truth, there is love, there is infinity. This is something a bit old, which I'm gonna skip that. Since Friday is Arbor Day, this is trees. Trees whisper in arcane root-born tongue the wisdom of eons and ages. And the ancient murmur of leaves speaks a knowledge older than time. They speak of connection to everywhere and every when, and the all of the multiverse, all in the language of sharing. And this is Consinity, which means elegant harmony. Ancient stones, silent sentinels, you guard liminal space between earth and time. You stand, a presence amid life's changes in the dusk-dark evening. Consinity imbues and imbrues you, and you meditate infinity. And I'm going to finish with a cover poem from a book titled Home, put out by Deepak Chopra and Kabir Segal back in 2017, in which they wrote a series of poems inspired by different major poets. This is titled Candle, inspired by Khalil Gibran. Tortured soul spoke to angels, sparked fire of passion, longings, ecstasy, suffering, craving, pain. Death, the gateway to life, love, letting go, dreams, bittersweet memories, wisps of experience, threads of desire, spaces of togetherness, winds of heaven, rebel, hippie, lover, smiles and tears, the agony and ecstasy, love and addiction, voice of conscience, life extinguished, delicate soul, a brief candle, dark lit corridors of time, now here, now gone. The fragrance lingers. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Doc. And as always, what plugs do you have for things going on this week that people should tune into?
Well, I was invited. Well, you can't actually tune into any of it. It's all local. I was invited for Thursday night to participate in an all poet laureate reading in Cleveland proper, and then I was also invited to read at a major event at the Lakewood Public Library, which is on the opposite side of the county from me. And as you saw, I posted the flyer for the event on Friday, in which the city is planting a tree in my honor. So, like I said, all local stuff, at least for now.
Yeah, no, right on. Of course, thank you. Just want to highlight what you have going on as well. Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
And because now it's here said on YouTube, it's getting global. We're getting there. All right. So from South Euclid, Ohio to Greenfield, Massachusetts, we got some more poetry with a little bit of a cappella singing. If you've been here before, you know what's going on. There's a storm coming through. That's right. Next up on the mic is Storm. Hey, how's it going? Missed you last time. All right, here you are. Yeah.
Hi there. Well, I also had picked the theme of Arbor Day and Earth Day, and when he said he was going to read a poem about trees, I was a little like, oh, is he going to do the poem I'm doing? But it turned out he had another poem entitled Trees, So We Are Safe. So I need to get it back up because it just disappeared. And I will start with my cover. This seems like a good hat for trees and Earth Day and nature. Okay. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree. Oh, come on, my page is skipping, sorry. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree. Oh, come on, what is going on with my computer? Sorry. A tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Trees by Joyce Kilmer. The coming. Hens clucked, kicked ground. Pigs oinked. Cows mooed. Nature gave cesarean birth to thunderstorms. Cloudburst. Air slobbers, leaving shadows of icicles painted on white granite. Bird calls. Bird calls in the morning wake me early to native cries of memory. Twilight. The dark is getting heavy. The day draws daringly late. The sun senses that its absence is due and creeps behind the hills and mountains, leaving behind lone oak entombed in fading flames. Hoku 23. Beneath sky-high trees and the overhangs of spring. Man molds to nothing. Hoku 22. I'm the budding grass. My lone presence melts the snow with the cries of fowl. Fowl is Fowl. Monarchs migrating. The monarchs are migrating south for the winter. In clumps of hundreds they fill the air like orange-black confetti falling in ticker tape parades. Stilled life. Apple trees like arthritic hands reaching for the sun's copper are tired of the white drops of salve that coat their branches. Their only dreams are to bend without outbreaking, to stand with their trunks and roots saluting the doctored air. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend, yet still I wonder how that could be. Who'd choose a diamond over a tree? Tree'll give you shade, it'll give you fuel, in the winter warmth, in the summer cool. Now in that tree some birds might nest, and underneath it you'll often rest. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend. Yet still I wonder how that could be. Who'd choose a diamond over a tree? And every season that tree will change, and all its colors it'll rearrange, but the diamond stays as cold as ice. So choose a tree is my advice. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend. Yet still I wonder how that could be. Who'd choose a diamond over a tree? Now here's a prayer I'll leave for you. May all your trees grow straight and true. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend. They say a diamond is a girl's best friend. Yet still I wonder how that could be. Who'd choose a diamond over a tree? Yet still I wonder how that could be. Who'd choose a diamond over a tree? Daily Antidote, a song, 7 days a week, 365 days of a year, 12 Eastern, on Zoom. Just go to Daily Antidote, a song, and you will find the details. Presenter comes from somewhere in the world, sings a song or two, not necessarily in English, and gets interviewed. And a fantastic community has developed around it. We've been going for over 2,206 days straight. and People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle, peoplesmusic.org, 47-year-old or 40, yeah, 47-year-old organization, 320 plus members, do things online and in the physical, and peoplesmusic.org. Social justice, peace, environmental songs, poetry, spoken word.
All right. Thanks as always for the plugs. Like it there. We'll be looking forward to that in the chat. All right, that was Storm, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And again, welcome to our online mic. We still have plenty of spaces, so if you feel like signing up, you can find the link to sign up in the description of the video or where you usually do on our link tree, by the way. So you can find us at bwoms.com. There and on our social media, you can find a link to our link tree where we have a lot of other useful things going on, including where to submit your 30 for 30 poems. So if you wrote something and want us to publish it on our daily post, you can do that there. And you can also subscribe to our link tree and get notified every time we put up a new sign up sheet for these online mics. It usually goes up Sunday at some point before the night, and if I'm really busy, sometimes Monday morning. But you know, we find a way to make happen. But we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna go from Massachusetts to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and we just spent some time with one of the local high schools, so it's pretty cool to have that connection. But here to play some music, we have the return of Brandon J. So Brandon, welcome back to the show. Looking forward to your music, and when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me. Today I have a couple fingerstyle guitar pieces for you. Both of them are from the Naruto soundtrack. And this first one is called Sadness and Sorrow by Japanese composer Toshio Masuda. Oop. It's alright, it went out of tune there. Must have bumped it. Okay. That was Sadness and Sorrow. Hope you like that. This next one is called the Gurren theme. And this one is by another Japanese composer by the name of Yasuharu Takanashi. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Hope you liked it.
Very beautiful. Got lost in that for a minute. How can people check out your music online or support what you're doing?
My Instagram is brandon.j.music and my YouTube is just Brandon J. I have one cover up as of now. I posted my first cover I think last Monday, so there's more on the way, and I just look forward to exploring my musical interests, and that includes a lot of stuff from pop culture and anime and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for having me. Hope you liked it.
Yeah, we did. That was awesome. Appreciate it. Brandon, everyone. Brandon J. Go check out his page. We'll link that in just a moment. All right. Cool, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Okay, cool. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome to our online mic every Monday here on YouTube. We're gonna go ahead and keep this moving along, and we're gonna come back to EP El Paso for our next performer. That's right. You can catch her often at a lot of our events. She read last Thursday at the library, I think. Yes, I left, but I think I saw pictures. Yes, okay. But you can often find her online at Tumblewords and usually at Writers Night when we do those every other Wednesday. But right now we have Robin Schofield up next on the mic. So, Robin, you're ready. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Richie. Happy Monday, everybody. And to you people in the future, whatever day it is. Okay, I have some political poems tonight. It's all I can do is write poetry and plant a bunch of stuff, so that's what I'm doing. And this one's a really old poem, back when I thought George W. Bush was the stupidest president of my lifetime. It was during the Iraqi War. That pounding sound is the veneer of civilization being knocked off, beaten by certain WMDs. The president demanded receipts from the beggar kneeling by the gate. As he banged up the jalopy, smashed the Jaguar, some cry foul. You can hang your hat on that. His exit strategy is to use all the AB negative blood. The wassailers are stretched thin and demonstrably sad. As fall guys, they flinched. What kind of fuel connects the drawing room to the life studio? What is a portrait and what production? What secrets could Betsy Ross not bring up? And where were the experts? And this is one I wrote more recently because I think we're losing our republic. And it was written in a Tumblewords workshop. And it's so cool that we're on Zoom now because I was in Mexico, in central Mexico, and I zoomed in for this one, I think. So it's called Never Such Innocence Again. I am sorry, Ben Franklin, that we could not keep the republic. We elected your worst nightmare come true. Low-life grifter, television huckster, turned politician running our republic into the ground. It's not like he works or reads anything. This fat Gatsby governs by whim and decree, dictator of social media. Even the crook Nixon was restrained by the courts. Now the Supremes have upheld this fraudster's alternate reality. No consequences for the lawless as long as you're rich and not a Venezuelan fisherman. And this one I wrote in January, but I just updated it today. It's one I've read before, but I think I've so it's partly new, partly rather new. It's called Weighing the Fruits, and I modeled it after Monet's Water Lilies by Robert Hayden, who is a great poet from the 60s. The news from Minneapolis and Iran obscures the sky like smoking refineries. I come again to a place I don't love, the grocery store, where I can't get enough of what I need. It isn't for sale. The bright letters on the Mylar balloons spell out the cheap sentiments that are what passes as true love in times of war. At the grocery store, I can't live outraged yet numb all the time, trying to decide between apples and tangerines, whether the mangoes are too green, while the right wing tramples on our Bill of Rights. I don't know what's right or right, whether I'm wounded or not yet. I watch the news on various devices. I will slide my debit card into the slot and type my secret code for the fruit, milk, yogurt, pet food, and cereal. Coffee has doubled in price, tariffs and climate breakdown added in. I weigh the blushing mangoes from eternal summers in Mexico or Brazil. I put my hopes and fears on the scale. Fruitless, they don't move the needle. I place the tangerines to weigh the joy of the world each of us has lost. And now I'm going to read my cover poem. I found it in The Guardian. So far as I know, it is not collected in a book. Found it in The Guardian last year. It's called Phoenician by Angela Layton. It's for all the children who are victims of these wars. Unwise, wandering children play for their lives. They build and spoil, raise and raise sand grain castles to edge the shore, and advancing stand still. Nothing of them will remain to meet the new day. We who are old gaze seawards, where black sails make movable A's on the horizon, calling a name, Alpha, Aleph, and Oxhead, letters that spell our dimly literate past in a Phoenician place. But all I remember's a mask, its grimace or smile, like an old man's wrinkled face, ironic, set in the crazed rictus of a grin at something hidden. Hard to relate if they burn their children alive, all smiling, smiling in masks to pleasure a God who does not see their terror or hear their cries, but accept the sacrifice, the life's soft parts disguised by that hard laughter begged to last. We dream and stare, drowsy, late historians, wise after our years. In the day's museum, such gleeful trophies wink, keepsakes, you'd think. Each terracotta fired twice to save its face. These Tophet memorials haunt within our walls, sardonic casts recording no name or age. A comic strip we cannot conceive or face, outfacing us. Their alphabet is ours. Collateral, think, a smokescreen. Are we blind by half? The drones we make explode elsewhere in fires. So many children, their lives. Earthenware survives, and these mad masks. Is theirs, listen, the last laugh? Thank you, everybody. And back to you, Richie.
All right. Thank you, Robin. Let me get here on the spotlight. Shout out to Robin. Throw some flame emojis in the chat, hundreds, all that. Again, welcome to our online mic. Shout out to David, Jack. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to keep this thing moving along, and we're just going to move pretty much right room over where we have Kit Wren up next. Mr. Monday Night. Held it down. Thank you for last week. And then Old Sheepdog at the end of the month. When you're ready, Kit, go ahead and take it away.
Forgot to unmute. Forgot the most important step. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, everyone who's watching. Thanks to all the people in the future. Congratulations on whatever it is you've got going on that you're celebrating with an old YouTube video. Okay, I'll do 3 of mine and then a cover, and then want to talk about something kind of cool. I fear we have left reality and now live in the simulacra. Nature loves to hide, but is now hidden too well. Or we have. Either way, the concrete has been irretrievably corrupted by the abstract. A transient man asked me to buy him an energy drink. I offered to get him water instead, but he said fuck that and karate kicked the empty air to the right of me. Which one of us was wrong? In the store, they had natural Cheetos. They were baked, not fried. Farm-to-table Cheetos. My laughter caught in my throat because Chester Cheetah himself walked down the supermarket aisle wearing a white silken robe. He pushed a Cheeto into my mouth, saying, "Eat, for it is my body." In his left paw, he held a can of Monster Zero Ultra White energy drink. He popped it open and said, "Drink, for it is my blood." With his right hand, he touched my forehead and so marked me. This orange circle has survived many showers since. I don't know what it means. I think I am beyond meaning. I think we all are. All right. I haven't taken the hiking trail less than 1,000 feet from me in quite some time. I took to the isolation of COVID like a duck to a saucepan in a honey glaze. But like writing, dog sitting occasionally turns old hobbies into duties I must fulfill. The two dogs led me down a canyon in Rim Road. It looked like I was trespassing in a painting. But I never lost myself fully in nature. I always had in my sightline fixed like a compass the obnoxious pickleball court of the house to the right of my clients. Civilization, if that's what you want to call it, is winning. If that's what you want to call it. The calmer and larger of the two dogs stays below in the wilded half of the two-tiered backyard, contemplating peacefully as we and the more rambunctious dog continue climbing to the house. As I touch the back door, my phone starts playing a podcast about professional wrestling, embarrassing me in front of my amicable ex. Why am I embarrassed? She's seen everything and still wants to be friends. What's left for me to do? I want the willful composure of the dogs. I swear to you, I used to have it. And, we'll go to a crowd pleaser. The last of my half of things. Dream number 44. Rude boy. In my dream, Rihanna was upset with me. We were at the same high-end social gathering. They had champagne. They had caviar. They had those little sandwiches that are rolled up like pinwheels. And I was about to unroll one and eat it like a ham and romaine fruit by the foot when Rihanna made a scene and told me to get out. And I did, because it came to me within the dream as a memory. She was right. I had, after all, called off our engagement and not explained my reasoning. I thought I was holding her back. I thought that she needed to be free. As I mentioned, I had not said any of this to her. She was left with the impression I was just a flake. Another self-important jackass. She was through with poets. I was not in a position to argue. I know how it looked. How I looked. With 2 feet of ham dangling from my mouth like an aardvark's tongue. The bar is playing Rihanna. And the bartenders were children when SOS came out. And I am full of regret over things that never happened. Choices I wasn't presented with, not even within the convoluted timeline of the dream. I'm sorry, Dream Rihanna. I was trying to do the right thing. And for my cover, Texas legend Naomi Shihab Nye. This is Making a Fist by Naomi Shihab Nye. With a epigraph. We forget that we are all dead men conversing with dead men. Jorge Luis Borges. For the first time on the road north of Tampico, I felt the life sliding out of me. A drum in the desert, harder and harder to hear. I was 7. I lay in the car watching palm trees swirl a sickening pattern past the glass. My stomach was a melon split wide inside my skin. How do you know if you are going to die? I begged my mother. We had been traveling for days. With strange confidence she answered, when you can no longer make a fist. Years later, I smile to think of that journey, the borders that we must cross separately, stamped with our unanswerable woes. I who did not die, who am still living, still lying in the back seat behind all my questions, clenching and opening one small hand. So, you can find me on Instagram at KitRenaway. Tumble Words this week will be handled by Chris Aziz, who recently finished 3rd in the Hector Padilla contest. We're all real proud of her. She does great stuff. Her workshop, Keeping Secrets from the Moon, should be a good one. And something I just want to sort of talk about, brag about, even though I had a very small part in it. But I'm part of a sort of an online sort of gathering of like-minded college football fans. And every week at about this time, we do a little charity drive for New American Pathways. It's an Atlanta-based organization that does stuff for refugee resettlement, helping people who have gone through fire and fury to acclimate to this country, needed supplies, job training, language lessons, childcare, whatever you need. And a little cohort of college football fans are encouraged to donate in amounts that are meaningful. The score you beat your rival by, the score your rival lost by in embarrassing fashion. So you take spite, you take one-upping someone, and you turn it into something tangible and beautiful and helpful. Like they say, it begins with spite and it ends with hugs, and spite. And today was the first day of this year's Charity Bowl, and the goal was $1 million. And thanks in no small part to my $1985 for the 1985 UTEP team that beat the defending champion and no one else in their amazing 1-10 season. We are already to halfway of the goal. Almost to halfway of the goal. We are at $469,000 on day 1, and our goal was $1 million. So, you can do one small thing, just do your fundamental thing, and you can fight back at these bastards. Just remember your fundamentals, remember your practice, block, tackle, and run the damn ball. So, I'm feeling happy. Want to share the happiness. Like a Naomi Shihab Nye said in a different poem of hers, this is the world I want to live in. So, wanted to brag a little. We'll take it back to Richie. Thank you all very much.
All right. Thank you, Kit. And congrats on that. We're going to make sure to post that on the YouTube live, but I guess you can do that. You're pretty active in there. So again, shout out to everyone listening. We got a couple more people left, and let's see, did Sam ever make it back? I don't think so. But we're going to go ahead and go to Washington, D.C., where we have Mr. Ed Potastic up next on the MIC. All right, and he's ready. So, Ed, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away. Hey.
Hey, thank you, my brother, No Other Like Thunder. And congratulations, Kit. You are a smashing hit every time you spit. All right. My name is Ed Potassium, thin and fantastic. Please get in time to go join my rhyme, five for sublime. And happy Poetry Month. Guess what today is? 420. So I got 20 420 jokes. No, yeah, 15 420 jokes and 3 poems. Are you ready, Kit?
We'll see, won't we? I
You
better
sure
be.
will. Why did the high guy bring a ladder to the party?
I don't know. Why did the high guy uh, bring a ladder to the party?
Because he wanted to take things to the next level.
All right, let's go.
Why did the balloon hang out with the stoner?
That does seem an unusual pairing. Why did the balloon hang out with the stoner?
Because they both like being up in the air.
Hell yeah.
What did one joint say to the other?
I don't know. What did one joint say to the other?
I'm feeling really lit tonight.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Why did the stoner stare at the orange juice box?
Why did these stoners stare at the orange juice box?
Yes,
I don't know. Why was he staring at the orange juice box?
it said concentrate.
Nice.
What do you call a high person who can sing?
I don't know. What do you call a high person that can sing?
A baked vocalist.
Okay. It seems fair.
Why did the high guy sit on the clock?
I don't know. Why did the high guy sit on the clock?
He wanted to be on time eventually.
Oh, I see.
What did the stoner say after seeing a light bulb?
Ooh. I don't know. What did the stoner say after seeing a light bulb?
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
Why do stoners love space?
Oh, I don't know. Why do stoners love space?
It's one giant trip.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
What's a stoner's favorite movie rating?
A stoner's favorite movie rating?
Hmm.
I don't know. What is a stoner's favorite movie rating?
High definition.
It's more of a technical spec than a rating. I was thinking like R.
Ah,
Oh well.
why don't stoners get lost?
Oh, I'm going to call bullshit on this one. But why, in your opinion, don't stoners get lost?
They just wander until the munchies find them.
That sounds pretty lost to me.
Why don't stoners play hide and seek?
I don't know. Why don't stoners play hide and seek?
Because everyone forgets to seek.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
What's a stoner's favorite superhero?
I don't know. What is a stoner's favorite superhero?
Budman.
Budman.
Budman. Why did a stoner plant Cheerios?
I don't know. Why did the stoner plant Cheerios?
Because he wanted donut trees.
Ah.
How do you know you are a true stoner?
I don't know. How do you know when you are a true stoner?
When your bong gets washed more than your dishes.
Oh, angel of mercy.
What do you call a family that grows marijuana in their backyard?
I don't know. What do you call a family that grows marijuana in their backyard?
A joint family. What do you call a stoner's wife?
I don't know. What do you call a stoner's wife?
Mississippi. What do you call Harrison Ford when he smokes weed?
I mean, I imagine he would still be Harrison Ford, but what do you call Harrison Ford when he smokes weed?
Han So High.
Aha.
Oh,
Not Indiana Stoned?
that's a good one. That's funny. And yes, let me write this down. Why don't you see any potheads in elementary school?
Well, besides the obvious reasons, why don't you see any potheads in elementary school?
Because they're all in high school.
Accidentally true. Okay.
What do you call an apple pie getting high in McDonald's?
I don't know. What do you call it when the apple pie gets high in McDonald's?
A baked apple pie.
Sure enough. It's good to have the
And
machine working.
oh yeah, gotta love those frosties. Oh, those vanilla ice creams. Got ice cream in the brain. Oh, sorry. What did the stoner's girlfriend say?
I don't know. What did she say?
If I can't marry a dude, I'll marry Jane.
Did she ask about me? Uh, oh, you know what? It's a little bit bullshit that we have to say Happy Holidays on 420 so we don't offend cocaine users. That's my joke for the evening. Thank you, Ed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. I can't thank you enough. Always love telling jokes with you and everyone else in the room. All right, I got 3 poems for a 30 to 30 poetry challenge. The first one is called Skinless Mantra. You're under my skin. Life's a crazy friend. Learning never ends. The ink moves again. We all have tattoos engraven in our bones, virtues on the loose, not bound by stones. The needle of struggles, our ink bleeding lessons, the emblems of troubles, the burning of our suns. We are a rough canvas, the blood circles around. We are a prickly cactus, making unique sounds. History painted inside, the bliss of ignorance. Watch how it dies, the wisdom of circumstance. Our emblems of art, showing all our might, the opening of hearts, making us radiantly bright. These tattoos are us. Please, no more fuss. Is our desires and lust. Experience is a rush. Who cares if it's crazy? Let them understand. You're not lazy or hazy. Show off your land. You're a living masterpiece, a picture without a frame. Build yourself piece by piece. Life is a lawless game. Please show us your lines. Please show us your moons. Please show us your sunrise. Please show us your cartoons. Don't hide who you are. Don't hide your pain. Don't hide your scars. Don't hide your finger paint. Thank you. The second one's called Unaffordable Banter. I am too cheap for digging deep. Money fuels our core. Why is less more? Money leaves us runny. The irony is it's not funny. Prices are getting sky high. Food's going down in size. I know it could be worse. That's what really hurts. Another gear of the machine. I'm not mean, just blowing off steam. It's really something Your head's pumping, your legs get weak, ants gnawing at your feet. You got your paycheck, what a tiny little speck. Here come the taxes, the minus advances. Time at a standstill, swallowing all like a pill. You put up a fake smile, the bills just pile and pile. We start over again, the tears descend. What are we doing? What are we pursuing? We're living the dream, something for your self-esteem. I know the peak is rough. Climbing is always tough. I know how you feel. Yes, it's a big deal. We do what we can to live in this land. It's only temporary. It's not always scary. It's only a process. Please rest your chest. It's just a stage of life. It can be quite a delight. Please keep going. Please save the moaning. Please keep hanging on. Please, you're an army of one. Thank you. And the last one is called 10 Good Reasons. It was like yesterday. I begged you to stay. What did I do wrong? I thought we were strong. You were a hurricane, blowing winds of pain. Many emotions were fired. I was getting tired. I said, baby, I can change. She looked at me strange. She went off in the wind. My life reached an end. My walls crumbled down. My mouth made no sounds. My heart is full of arrows. My lips was kissed by a rose. My body is hugged with knives. My days warped in size. My eyes were so white. My mind full of spite. I'm not the only one dancing the sun. We can't redo the past. Our fate has been cast. Crying won't change it. We can't quit or submit. Yes, the shadows are there. It doesn't mean we don't care. Please repeat after me. Your rage will be free. You are enough. Why stay rough? Please love yourself. Love is wealth. Please never give up. No more dumps. Please try to be nice. Cherish the free advice. Please keep on living. It's only the beginning. Do you feel better without the pressure? Now live your life. Venture off in your sight. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Ed. What's going on, man? How can the people find and support you online?
Well, you can follow me, support me online. Well, coming to this wonderful, stupendous, fantastic open mic that makes our money nights to delight in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. But if you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman, and my IG is Foreman /Eddie at Instagram. But but I'll be there to shine my fantastic insight in every open mic. Um, but if you, but I'm sorry, but never forget that you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your flow and never stop your glow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show. And remember, life is not a contest, so keep on doing your best.
All right. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it. Go check out Ed Potastic online. And let me see. I guess Simon never made it back. And then next up we have Dan. So if Dan is ready, saw him just join back up again. Dan, 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 screaming into the void. Dan the man, the void, the void. Well, really quick, while we wait for him to get on the screen here. You know what? I'll read a few poems. So Dan, if you can hear me, you're up next. But I'll read a few pieces. Again, April is Poetry Month. We're doing a 30 for 30 thing. That's just daily submissions and posts. Right. At Albertsons. We have our Substack, BWOMS.substack. And every day this April, we are posting community submissions, things that you guys are working on. I do want to emphasize that, we're not looking for polished, finished pieces. That's how people burn themselves out, trying to write things that they feel great about every day. The goal is just to get something on the page, even if it's just like a stanza, something short, a haiku, a metaphor, an image of some sort. But I have a few. Yeah, I'll read a few. And these are just, I have these, I guess, I don't know what to call them, language poems. I always like to explore the way language can be music as well. So this one's called Lingering. I don't always speak in sensibility. My language lingers and loops and leans into rhythm instead of reason. Sometimes my sentences scatter, syllables slipping, stuttering like scratched records, spinning sincerity in circles, typically cyclical, afraid of the cynical. But listen, not to what I say, but how I stay. I am there in the margins, in the way I remember your favorite song before you even press play, in the way my silence sits beside you like a hand that doesn't need to be held to be holding. I know my love don't come labeled, doesn't arrive wrapped in perfect phrasing, unrehearsed, unruly, a little offbeat, but always reaching out for connection. I try, God, I try to translate this thunder in my chest into something tender. But sometimes it comes out as static, as sideways syntax, as a sentence that breaks before it's understood as art. Still, every look I give you is a note I'm trying to land. Every laugh we share is a rhythm I rehearse in my ribs. Every moment I linger just a little longer is me saying, stay. Because what I feel for you is not confusion, it's just bigger than grammar of messy emotions. It spills past punctuations, runs red lights through reason, refuses to be reduced to neat named things. You might not understand why I move like this, why my hands hesitate, why my words wander, but trust there is a method in this music. And if all I ever manage is fragments, half-finished phrases, breathless beginnings, know that every piece points back to you. Every pulse, every pause, every imperfect offering is me trying to say that I love you. In all the ways language fails, in all the spaces sound can't hold, in every offbeat moment my heart still finds you and says, listen. And this one is for National Poetry Month, day 19, I guess, which hasn't been published yet. But this is based off of a prompt from Fernando Antonio Montejano, host of Storycraft. This one's called Take 5, Do the Damn Thing. My fingers don't type, they drum. Little bebop bones with plastic keys as bongos, tapping out a thesis in triplets, thumping, tumbling, tapping, click, clack, consonants, constant. It's percussive. Sometimes I write like I'm chasing something, a thought slipping between synapses, like smooth desert wind through a cracked window, like a melody I once heard in a room full of strangers who all nodded in agreement to the same invisible beat. Somewhere between backspace and belief, I chase rhythms. It's played, improvised, missed, found over and over until the poem finally learns how to breathe through my hands. Okay, a couple pieces there. All right, without further ado, we have the man, not just any man, he is the man, Dan the man. So, Dan, when you are ready, you are on the spotlight in 3, 2, 1, and action.
Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? Hang on, where's my dang? I had my quilt with me. Oh, yeah. Well, no wonder 420. It's only on the Monday. You're gonna wish it's on the weekend, on Fridays or Saturdays. Perfect timing. Always has a smoking and rhyming. But well, that's very odd. Last year, 420 on Easter Sunday. Yeah, looks like you got an Easter bunny is smoking weed. No wonder it's 420 on Easter Sunday. That's weird. Well, hmm, yep. Yeah, no wonder it's so cloaked. No wonder it's supreme. It's no wonder they have the Supreme Leader Snoke is smoking a joint. And smoking a joint on a poke. Who needs a soak? But he needs a yoke. Yeah, even though it's a cloud of smoke, go for broke. Oh hell, holy smoke! Oh hell, holy smokes! You wanna try? You wanna try with the poison oak? Well, don't wonder it's so. No wonder the joke's on you. No wonder you see Cloud Poe for smokes. Yeah. No wonder it's so cloaked, so yeah, no wonder it's so token, so spoken. Yeah, the weeds are smoking. Yeah. The weeds are smoking. So no wonder it's so cloaks and no wonder it's so folks and you know what I have to say. There's a lot of strokes and they always say that you need some more artichokes. You want to chomp on the artichokes or artichokes. Yep. No wonder you need to feed the weed. It's a need for speed. No wonder it's all in the pie in the sky. Imagine if George Takei. Oh my. Yeah. Did you know George Takei's birthday's on 420? You didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah. Captain Sulu. Oh my. Yeah, I know. For that I apologize. I apologize on George Takei. Yeah. Oh well. But anyway, yeah, 420. We can remember. But we could still remain green because besides St. Patrick's Day was already green a month ago, way than a month ago, but it looks like Earth Day is 2 days away. Yeah, 22. Well, not according to Taylor Swift, it's just a green. It's just lean and mean. Oh well, all the plants are flowers and lean and green. Always, always has a scene. Well, we can still have the pot with green, but we still have the flowering green. And well, what I'm saying was we still have have the pot and green on 420 Day, but we still have the green and flower for Earth Day. Yep. Okay. Well, all right. So yeah, who can believe it? Last year, North Texas mean green. North Texas mean green. Where's that from? Oh yeah, North Texas University. Yeah, I seen that. Was it University of North Texas? Okay. All right. Okay, with all the smoking light and no wonder up it smokes in flight. Okay, Richie, let's go ahead and call it a night.
Damn, the poem transitioned right into the all right. Caught me off guard with that one. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Getting
Happy
down with the rhyming
420.
dictionary. If you celebrate, All right. Thanks, Dan. As always, appreciate it. Shout out to everyone who tuned in today for the online stream. Again, if you guys are in the El Paso area, check out many of the events we have going on. Again, Tuesday night will be downtown El Paso. New host debut. Come support Camila. Sign up starts at 8 p.m. Show starts after 9. Her friend Joanna will be also DJing / running the sound. Wednesday, we have Writers Night with another debut of a host, and that's Lee Martinez Soto. Writing workshop at 7. Writers open mic after that at 9. Thursday, at El Paso Community College Rio Grande campus downtown, we have our Hectopedia contest winners. Again, Sil, as well as Chris Aziz. One of the other winners is also teaches. We both started full-time English instructor this year. It's Marisol Edame, and I don't remember the other third place winner, but come through. Let's celebrate the winners, hang out a little bit, and again, if you guys have some poems, send them our way for the Substack. Lee has been posting those. But otherwise, hope to see you around. If not, we'll be back next Monday for the live stream. My name is Rich. Shout out to everyone who read, who performed. Thank you guys. See you next time. Peace. Se acabó. Time to end.